It may have been a so-called strong performance for Hibs in Glasgow, but it did not end in a strong result as Hibernian lost to Ibrox by 1-0. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football. The Hibernian Twitter PR, they are saying it was a strong performance. That's how they're reacting to the game. Now we're going to see how the Hibs fans reacted to the game. But look, I think Hibernian put up a decent display. I think they were, second half, worthy of a point. But I'm not sure I'd go as far as saying it was a strong performance by Hibs. They couldn't take advantage of a mediocre Rangers. They still lost the game by 1-0. Yeah, I thought they played okay. Yeah, I thought they probably deserved at least a point. But a strong performance, I'm not convinced I agree with that.
I think a strong performance is either a win, a draw, or a narrow defeat to a team that played brilliant. Like I think if you lost 1-0 right now to Celtic, the way they're playing, and you went toe to toe with them, I would accept that. But this is one of Rangers' worst performances of the season. It's the return to Ibrox.
Well, they're emphasising the performance, not the result. But either way, I don't think the performance was that strong. I thought it was decent.
Yeah, it's not like Jack Butland was, troubled too many times. He had a penalty to save, which, was probably the least troubling thing he had to do all day.
Yeah, when a penalty's that poor, then you kind of expect the goalkeeper to be saving it, but it is what it is. Let's get into the comments, let's see what these guys were saying, and let's see if they agree with their club that it was indeed a strong performance. So, Kaiser Saucy says, brilliant second half performance, unlucky not to take anything. We go again. GGTTH. Brilliant second half performance. Not sure I agree with that. Brilliant.
No, Rangers were really poor, man. But if Hibs were brilliant, you would have liked to think they would have got a goal. Or you go back into the game.
Is this how low the standards are? That's considered a brilliant second half performance?
It might be. Was Jack Butland peppered?
No.
Honestly. Considering the game was in the balance, man, I think it was the bare minimum from Hibs.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. Terrace Trail says always a better performance when Joe Newell isn't on the team sheet. Want guys who fight for the team, not a lazy wage thief. There we go, calling out Joe Newell there for being a wage thief. Don't know if that's fair or not, but it is. Salmon's Pizzeria said, very good performance in the second half, especially after going in 1-0 down with a missed penalty on top. If Gray can have Hibs performing like that most weeks, a rise up the table won't be far off. I thought it was a decent performance, but I'm just not really seeing great, or brilliant, or very good even.
I think it's just Hibs have been starved of anything for so long.
Possibly. Hibs Central says, crap result, good performance, can walk away with our heads held high, in my opinion. But you're walking away with no points, so it's not really
This is
great.
getting a wee bit pathetic.
Yeah, I'm surprised that the Hibs fans are that, excited about the performance. Again, I thought they were the better side, but Rangers were crap. It wouldn't really be that hard to be better. LC says O'Hara, as the captain, is booked for asking for a corner in the last minute. Suter handballs in the line, conceding a pen and gets nothing. Thoughts on that?
I thought that was quite pathetic at the end. It looked like a corner, but at the end of the day, booking him, I guess the refs are a wee bit more strict when it comes to speaking to them. It seems to be like the captain can only do it unless you're Manchester City.
He is the captain.
Hold on here. Why did he get booked then?
I don't know, that's what I asked you.
As for Suter, right, it wasn't a handball on the line. I've went back and reviewed the footage. Butland had it covered. Let's be fair. See this tinted spec stuff, man? See if Suter literally handballed it off the line and Butland was nowhere near it. Absolutely. Red every day of the week, in my opinion, and a penalty. It was a tame flick on for the Hibs guy, and Butland had it covered. Rewatch it. Butland had it. He was perfect height. He had it covered. It's a penalty. It's not a red. Let's move on.
Yeah, I think Butland would have saved it anyway, so it's not a big deal.
I remember last season, Rugby Park, Alistair Johnson literally cleared the ball off the line with his fucking hand. It's his fallen arm. To me it shouldn't matter.
Yeah, I think people
and there wasn't any goalkeeper behind him, I'll let you know.
Yeah, I think people were just upset that Hibs missed a penalty.
Yeah.
That's on Kovacic and
Yeah,
him only.
see if Hibs score the penalty, no one gives a shit. It's never a red.
Yeah, Reese Smith says, frustrating. They were there for the taking. Penalty has to go in. Simple as that. Jack says, keep Johan and Miller away from the squad from now on. Cammy says, how the fuck we know won that, never mind a point. I mean, I thought Hibs were the better team, and, I mean, could they have won it? I mean, maybe, but let's not pretend here that they created chance after chance. How the fuck have we not won that?
Yeah.
Come on, you weren't peppering. I don't get how. That's like something you say when you've absolutely annihilated a team and their keeper's had an absolute masterclass performance.
Yeah, I don't know what game he was watching. Definitely not that much in it.
Paddy Mulligan says robbed. Suter should have been off. Ref blows when Hibs were clean through for this. Not even a foul. Never mind a booking. Rangers players in the box at the penalty. Yeah, well, we get it. Was this going to result in a goal where Hibs clean through?
I mean, I'm not going to make up a scenario. I can't remember. But yeah, I agree. This should never have been a foul.
So yeah, he's saying robbed. Suitors should have been off, and Hibs were clean through. Rangers players in the box at penalty. I never seen that. Wasn't looking for it, to be fair.
Was an encroachment?
I was more focused on how bad the penalty was.
Yeah,
maybe there was Rangers players in the box.
The officials were too, but as for this yellow decision here, I don't agree with it. You don't agree with it. I think football's dead when you start giving them. But it's 2024. The velocity, it was kind of out of control, but for me, it's never a free kick. You can see why it's given though.
Oh well, that sums it up. I mean, that should have been retaken. Butland as well, arguably might be off his line. That is poor.
I think Butland's back. I think his back leg.
Yeah,
I was going to say Butland's back leg.
True, but also the penalty's not been struck yet. The penalty's, so there's more time to go. You know,
I respect that, but number 4, Robin Proper, is clearly in the box. I'll tell you what, that should have been retaken. You can't even argue that.
Yeah, Chris Martin says,
unless that's edited. I mean, I can't argue that.
Well, I mean, your penalty taker should never take another one. Butland's possession is questionable. The number 4 is not penalty. Oh, I thought Chris Martin was a Hibs fan. Turns out he must be a Celtic fan.
Of course he is.
Your penalty taker should never take another one. Butland possession is questionable. Their number 4s is not. Should it be? Yeah, I mean, it should have been. You can't deny that. If that's how it was, then that should be retaken. Hibs have been unfortunate there. Hibs latest says, what were the subs, man? Game was over when you were playing Levitt and McCurdy and that. They were there for the taking, and we have bottled it. Never let him take a penalty again. I mean, it was a terrible penalty. HMFC Ollie says, typical Hibs. Again, I just don't understand how Hearts fans can be on a Hibs page, bragging or making fun of them when we're in the situation we're in, but whatever.
Guess I drew with Rangers.
The Numersal University says, none going to mention that Bursic save. Going from strength to strength for this lad. Much the best performance of the season for Hibs. Top 4 finish this year. I don't think the save was that good. I'm assuming he's talking about the one for Dessers.
It was straight arm. As for top 4, not a chance.
Well, I think we're already looking at... for Hibs, you're playing for one position. Because for me, the top 3 is pretty much already done.
Yeah, but...
So you're playing for one position, and I'm not convinced that Hibs are the best team.
I'm not factoring in Killie or Hearts, right? I think Hibs won't even finish above the likes of St Mirren or Dundee United or Dundee. But, I mean, then you've got to factor in Hearts and Killie. Hibs will finish bottom 6.
I think if Hibs sneak into top 6, they'll be lucky.
See the more the fans big up this performance where they get beat and think that's good. Maybe I'll keep David Gray in a job, but...
Yeah, I mean, I'm not convinced.
No, I mean, come on. What are we doing here?
Sean says, not good enough. Powder puff in the final third. Need to start putting the ball in the net. Stephen says, played very well. Can feel unlucky. Poor penalty cost us. Biles Liddell says, with Bowie injured, where are the goals going to come from? KG says, should have taken a point from that, lacking a goal scorer badly. Gary Small, unlucky Hibs, seeing clear improvements week on week. Looking forward to seeing what this team can do. Celtic Jamie says, a decent striker and Hibs win that game today. Sevco giving all to try and get that third place this season. Big G official says, much better performance than recent trips through there, but ultimately it's another loss in Glasgow. Never a booking for Trantrus. Walsh couldn't get the yellow out quick enough. Already looking forward to next weekend. I mean, I agree, it wasn't a booking. And yeah, that's pretty much that. I think we can all be in agreement. HH07, good all game. Crap pen cost us. Not seen us go there in the last few years and have so much control, frustrating. Danny Conway says, agreed, strong performance, good second half. They had 6 defenders on by the end of that match.
Yo, this is probably the best Hibs performance since Porteous gets sent off on Morelos, I believe it was. I mean, so, controlled the game, dominated. Then how's it good? Why are people pretending this is brilliant?
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I don't get it.
Let's flip it. Rangers can't lay a glove on Celtic, but if Rangers played the same way in this game that Hibs did, and we'd replicate it against Celtic at Ibrox in the second of January, I'm not going to be doing jumping jacks. I'm going to be clinically depressed.
Aye, Kaiser Saucy says, good Hibs performance against a very poor Rangers. Bottom line is Hibs don't have a prolific striker, so we'll always struggle in these games to score. Gooby says, probably the third and fourth best teams in the league at the end of the season. Jazz Drummer, where has that team been all season? What a difference Quan Tantras make in midfield, always looking forward. Paul Clarkson says, lack of a goal scorer cost us again there, by far the best team lost. And we'll end it with Hibby85 said, we couldn't even score, despite the Huns giving us every opportunity to. Completely toothless up front. The happy clappers will clap, but the fact is, we have lost a match we should have won. Never mind draw. And that's what
I have to agree with that. I mean, I agree with it in a sense, but the happy clappers. Can Hibs honestly turn around and say they should have won this game? I think a draw is fair. I mean, Rangers won the game. Rangers didn't need to push. Hibs were getting beat. They needed to push. That's where you flip it. I mean, say the game goes to 1 each. Does the game play out the way it did? Probably not, because Rangers need a goal, and Hibs probably just sit back and defend a draw.
I mean, we can talk about Hibs were the best team in the second half, and they were. I thought they were a lot better than Rangers, but still, Rangers. Who came closest to scoring in the second half?
It was
Rangers.
Cyril Dessers.
So I mean, even if you take the best chance for the second half, it was still a Rangers chance. So you're Hibs. See if you're not creating. See if you're not forcing the keeper into saves. I don't think you can say he deserved to win the game. Maybe draw it, but I don't think Hibs did enough in the final third. I don't think they created enough goal-scoring opportunities to say they deserved to win. I think a draw would have been fair, but they couldn't score, they didn't get it. That's it, guys. We'll catch you in the next one. Surprised to see so many positive Hibs fans here, because at the end of the day, it's another defeat. But it's what it is. Small club mentality, I guess. That's what happens when you're second best in Edinburgh. Anyway,
club mentality.
we'll catch you in the next one. Till then, peace.